Hello everyone, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda, Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition rather. And with me, I have my friend once again.
Hello everybody. Once again, it's me, Card. I've done this introductions like 14 times now, but play around on various D&D stuff with Serene, bit of a Zelda fan, and once again here for Hyrule Warriors, and if I remember correctly, we're doing the Water Temple this time around. And oh boy, Water Temple. Can you people guess what we're going to be talking about today?
Dungeons, the good, the bad, and the
Yep.
This one's
Yeah, because let's face it, you're either a good dungeon, just sort of a okay, not that good dungeon, or you're the ones that people you're the ones that people bring legend, essentially ascribe legends and frustration to. And back in the day, the Water Temple was the big one.
Right. I also know that a lot of people hated the Shadow Temple because it was like really dark and creepy. And it gave nightmares.
Oh no! I could handle the Shadow Temple. It had its creepy moments, but that was all aesthetic.
Right. And that I have to agree with. Like, for me, the Shadow Temple wasn't bad. It was just creepy, The Water Temple was just convoluted, made no sense, and even to this day, I still miss one key every time.
It's always that one damned key!
And it isn't actually that one key, because it's always a different key that I miss. That's what really frustrates me.
Yeah, but you always miss that one key. You're not sure why, but you always miss one key.
Yeah.
It completely kicks you over.
It's like, really, it's just that one key every time. So, it would be one thing if it was just that one key, but it's always a different key that I miss every time. And that's what really frustrates me. And also we're playing a Sheik, which means overpowered invincibility. I love Sheik's like lightning thing.
Song of Storms, baby! Woohoo!
Right?
Face my inner tornado of death. But no, Water Temple. Like aesthetically good, but in terms of mechanics, definitely one of the worst ones in the series, because the switching of the water levels, the confusing camera angles, and you want to know the sad part is? But we'll get into more about this later. But it has one of the best mini bosses in Ocarina of Time. I think that's what makes it even more frustrating. The fact that you have to slog through so much to get to an awesome fight, and then the boss itself is kind of disappointing.
Yeah. Like.
And the item you get, it's just an upgrade to one that you already have. So
The Water Temple really was a disappointment in a lot of different ways. One thing that I wish is they did Morpha as the boss and everything, but it's like they had such a good mini boss with Dark Link. That should really have been the boss.
Because
Dark Link was just good. Dark Link really requires you to think and puzzle out and things like that. And if you think it's convoluted and annoying and really doesn't require any skill, it just requires sheer dumb luck of being in the right position to be able to even use the hook shot the long shot in the first place, because you can't just use the long shot. You have to be in the right position when the tentacle comes up, because then you have to friggin' attack the stupid blob in the stupid tentacle.
So you can pull the blob out so that you could actually attack it because apparently you can't just shoot the thing through the water. No, you've got to actually hurt it with your sword. It's like
Right.
Okay, I know what they were going for with Morpha. It's the creature that sucked out all the water from Hyrule Lake and presumably what Ganondorf used as a bit of a conduit for the whole freezing of Zora's domain.
Right.
But think about it this way: for the Forest Temple and the Fire Temple, there was essentially a corruption of something that was from each area. From the Forest Temple, it took because the Lost Woods has a lot of phantoms in it. It essentially took one of those phantoms and Ganondorf souped it up big time and made its own image. And for the Fire Temple, it was this fire dragon that ate Gorons in the past. So and it got free again, and that's why we had to put it down. Right. So going along those lines, how cool would it be? You think you get to this boss, this weird thing.
Rudo's in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
Mm-hmm. But yeah, think about it this way: you get into the water temple. You think you get to the boss, being this thing lurking in the water, only for it to turn out it's not. It's actually this shade that's a corruption of what Rudo thought would be her husband. How cool would that be to sort of continue with that whole sort of corruption of something from the area deal?
Right. And especially since you had Rudo in the dungeon, she could have showed up and instead of being let me help you through the dungeon and then disappearing, she could have been you've been messing everything up and stuff, because of course it's Darkling. She could have been you're the cause of all this, and then she's I'm gonna stop you, and then she goes off to do something in the temple, figuring that it's gonna stop you and everything, and then you follow her through the dungeon, and then you get to the end where you then fight yourself, and you're oh, this is why people think it's me,
Yeah.
Why people thought it was me, and the other thing is that the water temple suffers from is the water the water temple was 2 dungeons, because you had the ice cavern first.
Uh-huh.
Then you had to go through the water temple. It would have been cool if the ice cavern had been the ice cavern, but had been the first half of the dungeon. This is the first half of the dungeon. You go through that, and then that's the white, the snow wolf boss is the mini boss and everything, and then that leads you right into the dungeon itself. After you get the iron boots, and that's your dungeon item right there. Your iron boots.
Mm-hmm. And now that's when you have to play with the whole depth, the whole water depth thing with the Zora tunic and being able to and knowing when to equip the boots and when not to.
Right. It could have just been done so much better, and it was not. And I feel again, this goes back to what we said last episode. The Ocarina of Time 3D, I felt, was really unfortunate, because Ocarina of Time 3D had the chance to turn around and essentially fix just everything that was wrong with Ocarina of Time. But because of the fact of the fandom, and I'm not talking about any of the people watching this video. I mean, if you are one of those, I apologize for saying this, calling you out on this. But at the same time,
sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, they were straight up afraid that those people were going to be upset if they changed anything. That they didn't change anything. And I play through Majora's Mask 3D and I just go, this is so much better than the original Majora's Mask. Like, I love the one of the things I just love about Majora's Mask is the goat or got or whatever fight.
The Snowhead Temple boss.
Yeah, the Snow Temple boss. I've heard some people say got. I've heard, I always said got. But I was watching somebody else's playthrough and they're like, here's goat. I'm like, goat? I mean, it makes sense, but I've never thought of it as goat. Because G-O-H-T. And I guess that is goat. O-H is O. But, I don't know. I've always thought it was got.
Yeah, pronunciation's what you gotta do.
Right, it really is. But then it was like, okay, I really liked the goat fight. And then, I played it in Majora's Mask 3D. And the first time I did it, I was like, this feels weird because, it wasn't the same fight. But I did it a second time recently, having completely forgotten about all the changes and stuff. I completely restarted my file because I had played Majora's Mask 3D. I had gotten through up to Georg and had done the fight and thought it was really good. But then I had put it down and 2 years later I came back to it and I was like, I don't even remember where I'm at. And I know that a lot of things have changed in this game. I'm just going to restart and everything. Because I like Majora's Mask, but I have no problem restarting anyway. And, I got to the Adolwa fight, and after having watched somebody, I think it was, no, it was Game Grumps that did, they were doing Majora's Mask, the original. They were the ones that said goat, and I was like, goat, huh. But, I saw them do the Adolwa fight, and I was like, huh. In all my time of playing Majora's Mask, I never even considered doing the fight the way they did it. Which was they literally just chucked a bomb at the guy and he died. And I did that in Majora's Mask 3D and it worked really well and everything. And I was like, this is cool. And then I got to fight Goat. And I got into the fight and everything and I'm going along. And, again, I had watched Game Grumps play it. So I literally had in my head the mechanics that they had used for the fight, which was, you run in there, you, shoot them with arrows and hit them with the spikes and stuff like that. And because I wasn't thinking about the way that I always did it in Majora's Mask originally, which was, honestly, in the original Majora's Mask, I pull out the spikes on the Goron, and then I just ram into him with the spikes throughout the entire fight. So I was a little disappointed in the original playthrough that, you can't do that anymore because he's got the eye that pops up and everything. But having seen somebody else doing it and having the mentality of their playthrough in it, again, they were doing the original Majora's Mask, but having seen them go through it and doing it in a way I had never considered, when I went in to play it myself, when I went in to play the 3DS version myself, I didn't have that thought of having, of how I used to play it anymore. I was thinking, oh, having watched them play it, now I'm going in and, thinking of how they did it and their strategies. And, I went in and was doing those fights and, went in and did the fight, no problem and everything. And I got, I got to Georg and stopped playing. I still need to do Ikana Canyon. So I haven't done that yet. But, it was so much better. Majora's Mask 3D was just so much better than the original. And, again, it just reinforced the sort of disappointment that I feel for Ocarina of Time 3D. Ocarina of Time 3D had the chance to be something that could have just been fantastic. You took Ocarina of Time, one of the supposed best Zelda games, and then turned around and made it more modern, you know, changed up the mechanics of a lot of the fights, you know, made things better, you know, changed up the way the water temple worked, for God's sake, you know, improved the story, you know, they could have thrown in the Temple of Light if they had wanted to, because it was originally supposed to be part of the 64 DD expansion, and wasn't, and there's just, like, so much, you know, there's so much that Ocarina of Time 3D could have been, that it was not. And that's why I just feel such a disappointment from the game. Because Ocarina of Time is a good game. It absolutely is.
Yeah, it's a good game, but you know, people have propped it up on a pedestal for so long that it's no longer a great game.
Right. You know, people view it so highly, and it is a good game. But there's so many, you know, and people are gonna hate me for saying this, but there's so many problems that Ocarina of Time had. And yes, some of them were fixed. You know, they made, god dang it, they made the iron boots an item instead of an equipment.
Thank God.
Yeah, making the boots an item instead of equipment was a vast improvement. And there were so many vast improvements in Ocarina of Time 3D. And I feel like I need to highlight that because I have been bashing it so hard up till now. You know, there were so many improvements in that. There really were. But even with all of the improvements that there were so many things that there were not. And that really is my biggest beef with Ocarina of Time 3D. It is so much better than Ocarina of Time. You know, it is done so much better. But Majora's Mask 3D shows just how much better Ocarina of Time 3D could have been than the original game. But they couldn't do it for fear of fans. And when you're afraid that your fans are going to be mad, again, over improvements, I'm sorry to say, but I feel like that is the dumbest thing that you can be upset about. You know?
Huh. Yep. I mean, hell, the Pokemon games didn't have that sort of fear when they've done all the you know, remakes of the various generations because they were confident enough to be like, okay, yeah, like we can remake this and we can make it better. Let's do this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And again on that note, like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Fire Red and Leaf Green, Omega Ruby, and Alpha Sapphire especially. Like, oh my god, I never cared for the Hoenn region. I never even got all the way through Ruby, Sapphire, or Emerald. And while I still haven't gotten through Ruby, Omega Ruby, or Alpha Sapphire, I will say that I have gotten further in the Hoenn region games than I have ever gotten with Alpha Sapphire, because that's the version I have. And it's such a vast improvement over, you know, the original games. And I know that so many people loved Ruby and Sapphire.
Yo!
What a lot of people have said about Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire is, yo, this was a vast improvement over the original. And it just, you know, I know I keep saying it over and over, but it really does go to show, you know, that that, you know, fear really is crippling, and it's such a shame that the fan base has blown up Ocarina of Time so much that even the developers are afraid to touch it because one change, one minor shift in gameplay, you know, one minor change in the story might, and I'm gonna say these words, but I think this is the stupidest thing for somebody to say, which is that a remake will ruin the game. Like, a remake can never ruin the original game because the original game is always there.
Yeah.
If you don't like the remake, guess what?
Play the original game. It's not just because the remake is there doesn't automatically erase the old version from history. It doesn't retroactively make it vanish Barty McFly style.
Right. And I think it's the stupidest thing. Ooh, they've ruined the game. It's like, no, because guess what? You know, and I've been hearing a lot of this with Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, because it is a remake of Pokemon Yellow. Oh, they're gonna ruin Pokemon Yellow. I'm like, no, because Pokemon Yellow is still there.
Yeah, let's face it. Let me chime in real fast with this, because let's face it. Because this sounds like Gen 1er talk, and trust me.
It is.
And okay, look, guys, it's been what, 20, maybe 30 years now?
22.
Yeah, okay. So, guys, listen. It's been 22 years. The first generation has been remade back in Generation 3. So, can we all just finally agree that Gen 1 was a buggy mess, and now that they've actually been able to improve it, we no longer need Gen 1. Yes, I grew up with Generation 1. I will agree. It was for the time it was. I remember everything that I did back then. So, but looking back now, it's like, dear Lord, how did we ever get through this? We must have had. You wanted to see exactly how much more patience people used to have back in the day. Just look at Generation 1, because hoo boy, so much didn't work.
Oh yeah, So I used to stream on twitch.tv/Serenique.
Technically, we still do it every Sunday at 6 p.m. for our D&D podcast, the Pool of Radiance. Go check it out.
This is true. But what I mean is I used to stream actual video games and stuff like that every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. And I decided for, I think it was in the 18th celebration of Pokemon, I was like, hey, this month celebrates Pokemon's 18th birthday. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a stream of it. And so I dedicated an entire month as Pokemon Month, where I was gonna play through every, one Pokemon game from every single generation. And so, being that Pokemon Yellow was the game that I grew up on, I decided that I was going to go through Pokemon Yellow first, and then go on to Gold and Silver, and then I was going to do Emerald, because it's supposedly the better of the Hoenn games. And basically I was going to do, because I was going to do Yellow, I was going to do Crystal, and I was going to do Emerald, and I was going to do Platinum. And I was going to do Black and White, or either Black or White, I don't remember which. Whichever one was out at the time. Because this was before X and Y had come Um, so whatever that was, whatever that actual birthday for that, whatever year that actually was, whatever birthday that would have been, because it may not have been the 18th, because I'm thinking X and Y came out during the 18th. Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
But a brief moment. Oh, hey, we're fighting Zelda.
Yep. So I was like, oh hey, I'll do Pokemon Yellow and everything, and I did not get through it. I actually had to stop playing, and I think I ended up moving on to Heart Gold and Soul Silver instead of Crystal, because I was just like, oh my god, I just cannot play Generation 1. And it was like, I remember, again, for people who are like, well, you didn't grow up in Generation 1. No, I grew up, let's put it this way. The first Pokemon game I ever had was 4 months after Pokemon Red and Blue were initially released. Seriously, that's how long I've been playing Pokemon. Since its initial release, the same year those games came out. I am a Gen 1er. I grew up with Generation 1. My friend had Pokemon Blue and Red. My brother and I played. He played Red, I played Blue. I loved freaking Squirtle. We loved Charmander, or Charizard technically.
Team Bulbasaur.
Yeah. I'm Team Squirtle. I'm not big on... I like Bulbasaur well enough, but I prefer...
Yeah.
Squirtle.
Anyway, that's the point.
Yeah. But I literally, I grew up on Generation 1. I have played every generation when it came out. I played Gold and Silver. I didn't play Crystal initially, but I did get to later. Much later. After Diamond and Pearl had come out. I played Ruby almost immediately when they came out, because my friend had a Game Boy Advance. And, we were just playing along, we were just hanging out one day. And he's like, dude, did you see the new Pokemon games, Ruby and Sapphire? I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, dude, my mom just got me Ruby. Check this out. And, they had just come out, a month or two before. So, they were brand new at the time.
Hold up. Before we get to that, time for the Lens of Truth to see exactly who this Zelda is, and... Yeah. Lens of Truth, Lens of Proof, dude.
You can't be Zelda, because I love this scene.
That we all know is about to be revealed again.
Yep. I am Zelda. Princess, you're alive.
Yeah. Of course she's alive, Impa. Seriously.
Right.
Seriously, Hylia knows that she wouldn't be defeated, that she wouldn't be killed that easy.
Right.
Or captured.
Well, I don't know. I mean, she was captured pretty easily in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. But again, that Zelda was hiding, whereas this one's, well, kind of a badass.
This is also true. But, no, I grew up with Generation 1 Pokemon, and, again, going back to the original, and it's not just that I went back to Generation 1. I played Pokemon Yellow. That was my game. And I couldn't play it. It was just so hard. And, oh, hey, look, yay, Linkle! Linkle's tail has unlocked. That said, I hope you've enjoyed this discussion up until now. If you have, please feel free to subscribe. Maybe we'll continue the conversation a bit more next time, but I'm not sure.
Probably will. Besides, we didn't go into the good temples last time.
This is true. We didn't even talk about. We really didn't talk about the temples. We just like water temple, ew, ew.
Yeah. Okay, maybe we'll actually talk about some other some good and some not good other not good dungeons next time because we got really sidetracked. But then again,
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. If you did, please feel free to subscribe. Feel free to check the video description down below for a link to the playlist. Also, there's a link to my Patreon and to my novel that I have published and wrote myself. It's the first book in the Versamy Aletheia universe, whatever you want to call it. It's not that long of a book either. It's only like 14 chapters, so like Sorcerer's Stone length. So if if you picked up Harry Potter Sorcerer's Stone because it was short and then got into the rest of the series, like mine is probably the same length as Sorcerer's Stone, so just maybe not as good, but I mean it's hard to compare against Harry Potter, so
Anyway,
yes. But yeah, Patreon, my novel, it really does help out the channel a lot. And with that, we'll see you all next time.
ciao.
See you later.